The establishment of Brazil, they were used to mock me, and now they woke up after the Congressman Corey Mills asked Secretary Marco Rubio about the possibility to sanction Moraes. And Rubio answered during this hearing in the Congress that, yes, they are analyzing that, and there is a great possibility that this is going to happen.
There is what the left tried to label nationalist, right-wing nationalist. There is a nationalist movement. There is a more right-leaning conservative movement that is definitely rising up across the globe, and you are seeing those on the left use any methods necessary, possible, to try and quell it. And
even
that brings
in Germany and Poland, and now obviously Brazil seems to be like one of the founding members of doing this.
Yes.
Right? So you've got the judge on Monday, the one we've talked about all the time, Alexandre de Moraes. He launched an investigation into Eduardo Bolsonaro, and according to the prosecutor general, Bolsonaro.
And by the way, keep in mind, Bolsonaro was the leader of Brazil, and it would have been the leader of the opposing party, the conservative party, to this judge's party, to the man who is ruling now. The Supreme Court has overwhelming power. Yeah, blocked Rumble.
Twitter at a time until they capitulated, obviously X. So he's saying that Bolsonaro's actions now, remember, in the United States, including meetings with, and we quote, including meetings with the lawmakers, speeches at conservative events, and public statements.
Here, I'll read it against Brazil.
Oh, do it. You got to do it.
We will prosecute because he's doing in United States, including meets with lawmakers, speeches at conservative events, and public statements urging sanctions against Moraes, amount to an effort to intimidate investigators and to interfere in the judicial process.
That's
judicial.
Moraes. I said Moraes. My apologies. You should have admonished me.
Okay. And actually, Bolsonaro.
Hold on. I want this. I deserve that one. It's fine when I deserve it. It's just not when I don't.
And Brazil is in a tough spot. This man is corrupt, this justice. And by the way, you think, hey, there's a justice in Brazil, who cares? Well, they wield a lot of power in Brazil. And by the way, they wield a lot of power in international governing bodies.
Justice is here doing it to Donald Trump. That was the whole thing that these guys were talking to us about, is don't let the United States become like Brazil is now, where one guy who's a judge is going after everybody.
The entire nation of Brazil, the people there, cannot legally get information on Rumble or from their own journalists because of this judge. That's how severe it is. Don't ask yourself what the left does with the power they currently have in the United States. Ask yourself, what would they do with unfettered power?
Yeah.
And there is no exception historically. This is par for the course. And actually, a member of the Bolsonaro family, friend of the show, sent us an exclusive video outlining this case.
The establishment of Brazil, they were used to mock me, and now they woke up after the Congressman Corey Mills asked Secretary Marco Rubio about the possibility to sanction Moraes. And Rubio answered during this hearing in the Congress that, yes, they are analyzing that, and there is a great possibility that this is going to happen. So now, what the regime in Brazil is doing, they are reacting. Just this open investigation against me, for sure, everything in the name of the great democracy that we have in Brazil. And also they are coming after my father, the former president of Brazil, Jair Bolsonaro, saying that he has 10 days to explain why he was sending money to his son in the United States, in the case, me, and also threatening to freeze his banking accounts. It's just like all of the other dictatorships around the world. They threat the families of the exiled who are abroad, denouncing the human rights violation that they are committing all the time. And more than that, they are also invading the U.S. jurisdiction when, for example, they do not permit Truth Social and Rumble to come to Brazil. And also, Alexandre de Moraes, he was sending arresting warrants against American citizens, just like Flávia Cordeiro and some other exiled journalists. Let's see what happened, but I really believe that sanctions on Moraes are very close.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bolsonaro, for saying that. I hope that he's right. And we're very sheltered from this in the United States. The closest we've experienced to this, obviously, is what happened with Donald Trump. They tried to render the man ineligible. They tried to rake him over the coals and, of course, used every single weaponizing tactic of our intelligence agencies and our courts. They politicized them to try and destroy the man, to try and take away his livelihood. And then, of course, the rhetoric led to taking his life. This goes on across the globe. Whenever someone says freedom of speech, it doesn't exist anywhere outside the United States, period. Not even close to it. Even the ones that Australia, no. Canada, no. UK, no. Germany, certainly not. Brazil, no. It's not a thing. And the left has pointed to Brazil as an example. The left has pointed to Canada as an example. Ask yourself what the left would do if they had unfettered power. And imagine packing the courts as Biden wanted to do here.
Yeah, no kidding.
With more judges like this. And the Brazilian government, by the way, they try and hide these stories from their citizens completely, just like American media. They do that. And then they obviously complain about news deserts. And by that, they mean legacy media isn't available in certain areas in this country. You've heard of food deserts. Remember, they now say news deserts. Hey, if you're still watching this, you may be one of the 6 million or so subscribers on YouTube who is, for one reason or another, I don't understand it, still here. So back in the day, I would say click one of these videos and subscribe, but really just head on over to my channel on Rumble. Follow me there. I'm live 5 days a week, 11 a.m. Eastern, and I actually say the things that I mean to say. On YouTube, it's everyone here is kind of neutered, really, and there's just a general lack of testicular energy, but I mean that in the heterosexual way. Mostly.